DIY kids, we've always done it ourselves. Yeah, we stuck up in this gutter, but still running this world. It's like everybody else is trying to eat off our plates. Reel them in, keep them close till they reach for the bait. Then we snap and take it back because it's ours to take. And yeah, we made it all ourselves, so we deserve the break. And looking back, the teachers always said we'll go get us. We chase a dream because we've never really known better. We're broke as anything, but still just trying to make it work. They tried to tarnish our image, but we just wipe away the dirt. Cause everybody's trying to find a diamond in the rubble. While they're busy doing that, we're all grinding on a hustle. We came from the bottom and now we all ride big. And we done it all ourselves cause we're DIY kids. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We wear hand-me-down clothes cause we're saving a piece. We put our money in our plans cause we wanna succeed. Never had a silver spoon, we've always done it without. And when they see us doing well, they start running their mouth. It's like rumors come and go, but people stay for life. Most do, but some people try to waste your time. Cause when you've come so damn far, they try to take your shine. That's why I keep my circle tight, it's just a state of mind. Me and my dreamers coming straight out of Great Britain. The generation is just trying to make a great difference. We stay winning cause we stay driven. It's like we're all just different kids but with the same vision. Cause everybody's trying to find a diamond in the rubble. While they're busy doing that, we're all grinding on a hustle. We came from the bottom and now we all ride big. And we done it all ourselves cause we're DIY kids. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. Don't focus on the streets, we just focus on the grind. They provoke us to notice that we just focus all the time. And down with regulations, but the only rule is work. Believe me when I tell you that we're flying with the birds. We're doing what we love, soon the peas are coming with it. We don't care about the money, we just live it how we live it. Anybody tells you different, we'll just play them at the park. Success is our revenge, we always make it from the heart. We're always motivated by the things we never had. What's a dream without a wish and what's a goal without a plan? When we got a vision, yeah, you know we make it happen. And even under pressure, we can recognize a pattern. Cause everybody trying to find a diamond in the rubble. While they're busy doing that, we're all grinding on a hustle. We came from the bottom and now we all ride big. And we done it all ourselves cause we're DIY kids. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY I guess we're all just little kids at heart. Came a long way from sipping spirits in the park. We're just DIY kids, we've always done it ourselves. Yeah, we stuck up in this gutter, but still running this world. It's like everybody else is trying to eat off our plates. Reel them in, keep them close till they reach for the bait. Then we snap and take it back because it's ours to take. And yeah, we made it all ourselves, so we deserve the break. And looking back, the teachers always said we'll go get us. We chase a dream because we've never really known better. We're broke as anything, but still just trying to make it work. They tried to tarnish our image, but we just wipe away the dirt. Cause everybody's trying to find a diamond in the rubble. While they're busy doing that, we're all grinding on a hustle. We came from the bottom and now we all ride big. And we done it all ourselves cause we're DIY kids. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We're DIY KIDs. If you wanna be heard, come and say your piece. We're DIY KIDs. If you do it your way, come and take my lead. We wear hand-me-down clothes cause we're saving a piece. We put our money in our plans cause we wanna succeed. Never had a silver spoon, we've always done it without. And when they see us doing well, they start running their mouth. It's like rumors come and go, but people stay for life. Most do, but some people try to waste your time. Cause when you've come so damn far, they try to take your shine. That's why I keep my circle tight, it's just a state of mind. Me and my dreamers coming straight out of Great Britain. The generation is just trying to make a great difference. We stay winning cause we stay driven. It's like we're all just different kids but with the same vision. Cause everybody's trying to find a diamond in the rubble. While they're busy doing that, we're all grinding on a hustle. We came from the bottom and now we all ride big. And we done it all ourselves. noticed that we just focus all the time.
Well, go on, everybody. Inside, you're probably going to want to see my face a bit, aren't you? That's probably a little bit better. Let me get that clean. Where's the other old cloth? I've got microfiber cloth somewhere. I know I have. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this evening's proceedings, and we're off to a brilliant start already. What have I done with my microfiber cloth? There it is. All right, let me just wipe this guy off a little bit. I look a little bit better. Hopefully it does. Oh well. So how am I sounding? How am I looking? Is the sound synced up with the visuals? Is it clear? Because the stream's current bitrate is higher than recommended. Ooh, I might need to go away and come back. What's the recommended? What are you doing? One shots, creating new, testing them. I'm just mixing up some ones, man. We recommend use 2500. Okay, right. If it gets like really bad and sketchy, let me know and I can go back and change the settings. I've put the bit rate way too high. Sounds good. Does it look good? Everybody happy? There's not going to be a lot of in the ways of like watching what I'm doing because I've not got things set up for you to easily see. I should have had another camera and the rest of it, but you know how I do. But yeah, what I'm doing is I've got a tub here with various one-shots in. This is pixie juice. This is this. If I can get it. So I got the concentrate for this from the man himself, Barry, over at Alchemist Colours. And I love that stuff, but it's only available in salts. And salts and me don't get on too well. So he's very kindly sorted me out some of the concentrate. So I'm going to mix that up. And then from Bearded Brews, a few weeks ago, I was on the Jaff's many vape shows that he does every week. And he had me on there with a fella, Tom, I believe his name was, from Bearded Brews. And everybody seemed really excited about his flavours. And I was going to order some. But before I ordered some, I thought, I like to DIY. Why don't I ask if there's concentrates available? And lo and behold, he made concentrates for me. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his flavours. True indeed. I've got 7 of his flavours to mix up as well. I've got some digital scales. I've got some syringes. I've got some PG. I've got some VG. And I've got a whole bunch of empty 60ml bottles. So, it's going to get mixing. Just going to get mixing. If I can figure out a way for you guys to actually see down here, if I move my mouse out the way, then I might be able to do some sort of like, you can watch me while I'm doing it type stuff. But most importantly, what I do have is AU Vodi Cherryade. And more importantly than that, what I do have is the AU Black Grape. This stuff might be the best tasting beverage of all time. Like soft drink, hard drink, mocktail, cocktail, lady drink, man drink. I don't give a crap. This stuff is dangerously good. Oof, it's good. Right. Everything sounds good. Everything sounds good. Slight lag. Sound good. Ever so slight delay. Barry told me his one shot so great for anemas. Oh, he would have. What's going on, Herb? If there's a slight delay, I'm assuming the delay is in the audio. And if that is the case, I should, in theory, be able to fix that if I can remember how to do... If I can remember how to get into advanced audio properties. There we go. So, let me try... Let me just try that. All right. Does that line up better? 1, 2, 3, 4. Clap. That should be better. If not, I'm just going to take it back to what it was and we can just crack on as it is, yeah? So, what I'm going to do first, actually, is I'm going to do the one that I'm most excited about first. I'm going to mix up 60 mils, because this is a 60ml bottle, so I'm going to make the full 60 mils. Yeah, you see what I mean? I'm a tech whiz, me. When you just use nothing but cheap stuff, you have to learn what to do, otherwise it gets that. I don't even have a camera. I'm using my phone with OBS. Anyway, so I'm making 60 mils. And this is the Pixie Juice, Pink Apple, and Blackberry Concentrate. And I'm going to do it in See, this is okay. First 60 mils is going to go through the Diplomat because I flipping love the Diplomat and I haven't used it in a while. Since the Sparrow came out, I haven't really been using my Diplomat and I feel bad for it because it's out there watching me use the Sparrow every day. I'm in the shop and I'm not using him anymore. So I feel bad for him. So I'll mix it in a 60-40, which I think is preferable for how I like to use my Diplomat. And somewhere floating in between 1 and 2 milligram. I'm not going to do this one super accurate. I'm not going to do this one super like step by step, blah, 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 blah. But if anybody is watching this and would like to understand more about what I'm actually doing and how I'm getting the numbers that I'm getting and stuff, then just let me know and I can slow it down, break it down, maybe even do one of the flavors I'm going to mix up in a more tutorial style sort of way. That's why I got the syringes out. That's why I got the digital scales out in case somebody wanted to see that. But me personally, I tend to just do things by eye because I am a professional. All right, sad. So share it as well. I forgot to do all the usual YouTube stuff. Don't forget to share it and like and subscribe. I'm over 1,000 subs now. Woo! So let's keep that train going. First thing I'm going to need is the mix percentage, which I know is for this. So I need to figure out how much of the concentrate I'm going to use. I'm making 60 mils, so it's 0.6 times the mix percentage, 16.2. So I am going to measure it out. So let me get something to wedge up the back of that camera so you guys can actually watch what I'm going to do. That still isn't down enough. I'm on 1.3 now. Why? Check me out, man. Things are snowballing. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these subs. You know what I mean? Is that count as YouTube famous now? Can I get stuff for free now, please? Can I stop having to pay for everything? With 1.3k subs. Hey, there you go. That shot should work as long as the camera doesn't tip. So here's my concentrate. Here's my syringe. Let me see if I can move it back a little bit more. Don't tip. Yeah, there's my concentrate. There's my syringe. I got my digis, but I'm not going to use them. Got my empty bottle. The only other thing I might need is some shots. I think that's enough in there because I'm going for like around 1.5 mgs. I know because I'm making 60 mils. If you put one shot into a 60 mil, which is typical for a 50 mil short fill, right? And then it makes the whole thing a 3. But if you only put in half, then that's going to be 1.5 because you're putting half the amount of nick in the same size of bottle. So I'm going to start by just chucking that in there. Okay, there you go. So that's roughly about 5 mil. 5 mil of a regular PG base. 100% PG based. I'm going to go for a 60-40, but like I said, I'm going to do it by eye. So I'm just going to guesstimate where about 60%, 40% of this bottle is, which I'm going to guesstimate is around here. And then fill the rest up with VG. The amount of concentrate I need is 16.2. I might go for the 0.2. I might not. I'm going to mix it up as recommended first. And I'm not going to be giving this much of a steep at all. Always give your concentrates a bit of a shake. Are you still using the Sparrow RTA? So tempted to pick one up off your site. Get one, bro. I am still using the Sparrow. I'm using the Sparrow that much. It's actually made its home and hasn't come back to the shop with me. It's very rare I take a rebuildable home because I've got a plethora of pod kits and easier bits of kits to use in AIOs. This is the biggest thing that I normally take home with me, and all my bigger kits like my mech and my RTAs and stuff stay in the shop. But I like the Sparrow that much, I've started taking it home to use it at home. That's God's honest truth, mate. Haven't tried it in MTL yet. So let's do this. So this is how I use the syringe, yeah? I turn it upside down. I see the numbers there. This one goes up to 12. So rather than like get a syringe and draw the liquid into the syringe, I use the syringe like a beaker. So I know that's 12 mils because it says 12 mils on the syringe. Where's the camera? I don't know if you can see that, but it says 12 mils on there. So E's going in. So that's 12 and I want 16.2. So now I need 4.2 mils. So I would go like this, measure in my 4.2 mils. As long as you can read numbers upside down, you're okay. 4.2-ish, that'll do me. And because it's the last bit of concentrate, I'm going to use the plunger just to make sure every little bit I can get out is in there. So that there is the total amount of PG in the bottle. That doesn't look quite like 40% of the total amount, does it? I would say another somewhere under 10 mils. Somewhere under 10 mils. But I can check this out actually. +5. It's 21.2 mils in there. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, I've got PG down there with a spout. Let's use the spout. Because I only need a little bit of PG. So I'm just going to just guesstimate where 40% would be, which would be about there. About there. And I still got all of this, so I can make some more in an 80-20. I could make a 70-30. I could make whatever ratio I wanted, really, depending on the mix percentage of it. So that's that bit done. Now I'm just going to top the rest of the bottle up with VG. And ladies and gentlemen, would you look at that? We've got a bottle of e-liquid. That's it. That is it. So in case you didn't know, now you do, right? That's it. If you didn't know, now you do. That's all it really takes to make e-liquid. That's it. There is a little bit of maths involved. Doesn't have to be complicated. It can be complicated if you want it to. Just depends on how to the point you want to be. But as you'll see, everybody starts off really accurate, measuring everything out to the point of a mil, and then give it a few months of them making their own e-liquids. They're like, nah, chuck it in, don't really matter. Which is perfectly fine if you're making e-liquid for yourself. Obviously, if you're making it for commercial purposes, then everything has to be done quite accurately. I think there is like a little bit of room for error due to the standards, the weights and grams or weight and measures standards. You're allowed so much percent in error in all measuring in all industries, but still always better to be super accurate. I like to shake my e-liquid bottles this way, horizontally, rather than that way, simply because there's more of a, I don't know if it's the right word to say, but there's more of a surface for that to mix around than just that little circle when you're holding it this way. So yeah, mix it up, shake it up, and then you leave it, but you need to put a label on it first so you don't forget what it is. So let me do that. I'm gonna get this roll of labels. So what I am going to do is, and what I like to put on my labels is what it is. So I'm just going to put Pixie, P-A and B, and it's going to be 1.5-ish, that's the strength, and it's going to be 60 VG-ish. He's going to go on there. If this was a flavour that I was developing myself right now, what I would do is put a date on there so I know when I come back to it how long it's steeped for, so I can keep in mind and be able to advise people if I do release that flavour, how long they want to leave it to steep for once they've mixed it. But I don't need to do that, so to be fair, let me just do a quick finger test now to make sure Barry's not conned me and just sent me just straight PG. It very well could be the same flavour. Very well could be the same, but it's very hard to tell on a finger test because that cold lands a lot more. But that's it, and I still got all this concentrate left. I'm a happy boy. That's flavour one done. It's flavour one done, easy as pie. Does anybody perhaps have any questions regarding mixing e-liquid while I'm here? No. You should be getting on YouTube plaque soon. Oh, we're getting on YouTube plaque. I don't want. I'll sell it. Send me a YouTube plaque. I'll sell it. I imagine people that love those things. Right. So we've got another bottle. Let's got another bottle. That's going down. Got another cap. That's gone down. Now I need to decide what the next flavour is going to be. Actually, I'm going to do this one in the same strength. So I'm going to get my next shot now. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't know what type of mix shot I'm going to want. So I don't know what the mix percentages of these flavours are. And depending on the mix percentages, I might need to mess with the type of mix shot I'm using. Bear with me a moment while I just quickly... these things, absolutely insanely good. But... sorry. You can't eat them with your hands, because then you get the dust, the tomato piffs, no, tomato puffs dust, as we'll call it. So, the flavours we've got from Bearded Brews are the Big Dipper. I should probably pull up the flavours, so I can't remember why I picked the flavours that I did. So let me see if I can find a menu on his Facebook page or something. Bearded Brews. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Unless anybody here knows the flavours offhand. Bearded Brews on the old face of book. Media files? No. There's got to be a picture of like a menu on here somewhere. Come on. Come on. Get the menu going. Can you stop having such an active Facebook community group? Because I can't find the images in the plethora of images that I want. Right, it's not there. So I'm going to go into the group chat and see if I can open the group chat and see what media is in there. Because I'm pretty sure he sent a picture of his menu some time ago. Because that's how I picked the flavors that I wanted. It's not that, not that. Oh, stop being so active. Even the chat's mad active. And I recognize when that picture I've just seen was from, so I know I've got a while back to scroll. I will be able to tell you what these flavors are. Oh, here we go. Is that the... No. No, that's just the options and mixes and stuff. It's not there. It's not there, so I'm going to have to just sort of guess what flavors I picked. Yeah, it's not. Oh, I think I might have failed on this one, guys. Might have failed you on this one. Files, links. I can't tell you what the flavors are. I know there were some fruity ones, some desserty ones, some tobaccos. I'm just going to mix them all up and label them. And then hopefully, once I've mixed them up and labeled them, I can find a resource that'll tell me what the strengths are. Because that might be good to know. That might be good to know, right? So yeah, sorry about that. Always working, mate. I don't stop working digital. Thank you for stopping by. Those tangy tums are good. Future section, grape dip, Big Dipper. Is that the grape dip one, is it? Okay, well, Big Dipper. I've got... Somebody might be able to tell me what they are then. Nice one, Brokers. We've got Big Dipper. We've got Andy's Lemon Cookie. I wonder what that flavour is. We have Ragnarok. I want to say that was the tobacco. Oh, that's the coffee. Mmm. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. All right, I see you. I see you with your... Ooh. Oh, I can't wait to mix that one up. That's a dark coffee as well, but it's done so well. We've got Scotched RY4, so that will be a tobacco. Cola Float. Let's just have a finger dab, a nook test, as they say. Don't recognise the cola straight away, which is what I wasn't expecting that. Orange Glad, and I've also got Patched Up, and I reckon this is a fruity one, I believe. Yeah, definitely a fruit. Might have some cream based up in there as well. So let me just quickly swill the flavour of that mix of concentrates out of my mouth with the flavour of a different concentrate, because that's all that's in here. It's just a body based drink and then some flavour concentrates. Alcohol, these kinds of flavoured drinks are just used flavour concentrates to flavour. If I can find out what black grape or what grape is used to flavour this, I am never going to be seen again, because I'm just going to be at home vaping it all day long. Yeah, blue sour raspberry. I had to try them, innit? Will you getting those into sell? Probably not, Ashley. I'll be honest with you. Simply because of the costs involved. Because of it's not a massive operation. It's just a one-man band, and therefore his operating costs will be quite high. And for us to get them in and be able to sell them to you, and it makes sense for a business, it's not down to what I want to do personally. It's down to what's beneficial for the e-cig shop, because it's not me that's buying them, it's the e-cig shop. We'd have to charge you like ridiculous money. We would. I could have a word about a bulk buy on concentrates, maybe get like a litre of each one in or something like that. But I could imagine, based on the cost of what 30 mils of each was, you probably wouldn't want to buy them if we was to resell them here. And most of that's just due to the cost of getting it over here, to be honest with you. But yeah. What's going on? I don't know who that is. Is that you, Doug? Or is that your missus? Either way, nice one for stopping by. So I'm going to do the coffee one first, Ragnarok, because that surprised me. this should be mixed at 18.5%, right? Actually, let me do tutorial mode, right? I'm going to put the camera back down here. And then hopefully you guys, if I have a look here again. Let's turn some music up as well, because I can't quite, this mouse needs to stop sketching out. There we go. That's a bit better. Right, so I'm mixing up this flavor, Ragnarok, which is the coffee one. 60 mils of it. Then my base mix, my VG, that's it. I might do syringes on this one. Let me get an empty tub to put. Right, that's used syringe tub, because you don't want to mix used syringes with fresh ones. So as it says on there, it's 18.5%. How I would figure out, or how do you figure out how much of this to put into the 60 mils that you're going to be making? This is the long way of doing it, but this is the easiest way to do it if you are terrible at maths like I am. But over time, you will just get used to the numbers. So you take the amount of e-liquid that you're going to make in total, which in this case is 60 mils. So 60 on a calculator, and you always divide it by 100. And then that'll give you a number. And that number on this occasion is 0.6, because 60 divided by 100 is 0.6. And then you take the 18.5, the mixed percentage of the flavor you're mixing, and you times it by the 0.6. So I've got 0.6 on the calculator. I'm just going to times that now by 18.5, and that gives me 11.1. So I would need to use 11.1 mils of this flavor into 60 mils of e-liquid if I was to make the flavor at the recommended strength, which I'm definitely going to do with a coffee flavor, because I mean even 11.1 is kind of strong. Coffee flavors tend to be quite potent, so you don't usually need to use a lot of the flavoring to make them, but yeah, so I would then just need to measure out 11.1 mils of this flavor concentrate, put in here. So I'll do that now. Do you know what? I'm going to freeball this one. I'm going to show you, right? So normally you would now measure 11.1 mils. What I would actually do if I wasn't doing this on YouTube and trying to like be a good example for people right now is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to do it properly for YouTube and try to be a good example. I'm going to look at that bottle and know that that is a 30 ml bottle, yeah? 30 mils of flavor concentrate in there. I need just over a third, because a third of 30 is 10. And I need 11. So I would literally now just be like, boom, 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 a little bit more. I will just keep putting in a little bit at a time and just keep checking how much is left. A little bit more. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there, I reckon. We're getting there. About a third, would you say? Would you agree? I would. And it's just over a third, in fact, so a little bit more. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, man. So that's how much I've got left in the... Oh, you can't see, sorry. That's how much I've got left in the bottle. You could have measured that out if you wanted to. You would have been right to measure it out, but I can't be bothered. What device am I going to use this in? I'm going to use this in either the Sparrow or the Diplomat. So again, with how I like to run those tanks, I'm going to make about a 60 VG, maybe 65 VG by eye, shove that in. So again, I'm doing it by eye. I'm using freebase, so I'm going to get my neck shot. I only want around 1.5 mg, so I'm going to guesstimate that was about half a nick shot. Like, this is how I treat my own mixers. This is how I genuinely do my own mixing. People often come into the shop, ask me questions about DIY, and expect me to be some sort of like wizard, some sort of magic man with it, and everything I do is on point and perfect. And then when they see me make my own e-liquid, and they're like, bro, you didn't even like measure anything. I'm like, why would I? I don't need to really. So I want about 60-40, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then we're there, and then we're there, and then VG, and then we're done. Bang, cap goes on, and then again give it a shake. And as I mentioned earlier, I like to hold it side on and give it a shake, because then you don't look like you're doing something weird. and or less weird anyway, and it just mixes better when the air bubbles got more of a spread, if that makes sense. So yeah, put him back up here, and then I'll do some interaction, see what I go on. So Ragnarok is fire. So you've tried these as well then, Doug, yeah? Is it both of you here, or is it just you, Doug? You're all good yourself. BT Dubs. It's fresh, Dougie. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't know if you shared. You know, some couples do that. A bit cringe when they do, but some do. Right, so I've shaken him up. When you're shaking up the e-liquid after you've mixed it up, you're looking for air bubbles evenly distributed through the whole thing, like that. If you want to be like super good with your like shaking, what you want to do is after you've mixed it, shake it until it goes foggy, like you can't, it's not translucent at all. That's still a little bit translucent, even though it's like brownish in color, it's still quite translucent. If I shaking this long enough, then eventually it will go foggy, you won't be able to see through it. That is the max you're going to be able to mix it. And it's easier to do that when you've got more air in the bottle. So when I'm making big batches of e-liquid, if I want to make 500 mils, honestly, I'll do it in a 1 litre jerry can and then shake that 1 litre jerry can with my 500 mils of e-liquid in, because it's more of a violent shake up. So you have to shake it for as long. But as long as the air bubbles are evenly distributed through the bottle like that, that can then be labelled and put to one side to go into the steep, which is what I'm going to do now. So Ragnarok, and look how much concentrate I've still got left. Where's the bottle gone? I've lost the bottle. There it is. I can make another 2 batches. They'll be slightly under flavoured, or I could still make quite a large batch. I could probably make like over 100. 18.5. I could probably make about 100 mils of that. Over 100 mils of that, the rest of that concentrate. So Ragnarok. I should probably put on there that it's BBs, isn't it? BBs. Did I put? Yeah, I put it in. So it's about 1.5 mgs ish. I like to put ish because it's not bang on accurate. It's about 60 VG ish. And that's it. I'm very much looking forward to trying this one. I really am. I've been wanting a really good coffee flavor since I learned to tolerate coffee flavors, and this might be one. There's only one that I found that I really enjoyed, and it was that Italian brand that came in the glass bottles, and they tried to charge you like £30 for a 60 ml. I'm like, get out of here. I'm not paying all that money for the flipping bottle. Steeping your e-liquids, in case anybody needs to know about steeping. Once you've mixed it, certain types of flavors, particularly richer flavors, they need to be left for a bit. It's like aging wine. The flavors will get stronger over time. So if I tried this now, the flavors will probably be just about there. If I left it 2 weeks and came back, the flavors would be a lot stronger. And the richer the flavor, the creamier the flavor, the more desserty the flavor, typically the longer you have to leave it to steep. Fruity flavors and sweety flavors will get better after a steep, yes, but they typically are pretty good straight off the bat. There's not as many different flavor compounds going in there. There's not as much of the deep science of flavoring going on within the bottle in fruity and sweety flavors as there is desserty flavors and some tobacco flavors. Now, I'm pretty sure I mixed one up already, and I don't know what I've done with it. It's not in. It's over here. So, bang. There's 2 flavors. That's the Pixie one, and then one of the Bearded Brews. I was going to say Bearded Brews. Bearded Brews. So, next one. Do it again. How should I do this one? Shall I use some scales? Definitely going to get more off of him. Yeah, buddy. What's going on, Stuart, my guy? Thank you very much for the TripAdvisor for the Trustpilot review. Massively appreciate it, bro. Right, next flavor. Selector. Orange, you're glad. Not a widely used flavor profile. Orange. Ooh. The moment it hits your tongue, that is delightful. But the flavor seems to fade away. Oh, that's a Satsuma. That's not even orange. That's like Satsuma orange, not like generic orange. Ooh, 21.25%. So quite a high mix compared to a lot of the other flavors. I want to know. I can't. Hey, who knows what else is going off in Orange Glad? Orange Glad. To be honest with you, I could probably find out. I bet you any money if I pull my finger out my booty and went in here, went in the chat, and then actually searched in the chat for your glad, it would find boom 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 boom. Bear with me. I'm just delaying. Entertain yourselves for a moment. If there's any of you still there, that is. If not, then don't worry about it. He must have sent it over in a picture then, because now I've searched for the words and it's still not coming up. This group is way too active. Stop being so active. God. I hate popular group chats. Let's go back here. Hey, I found it. Okay, so Orange Glad is a fresh, vibrant, tangy orange that blankets around smooth, creamy vanilla ice cream bar. Timeless classic. It's so nostalgic. It tastes like it comes straight off the ice cream truck. To be fair, it might be the orange and the vanilla that's making me get that sort of uniquely, is making me think Satsuma orange rather than generic orange. But very, very much looking forward to this one, obviously, because I saw that on the menu and decided to try it. So, hey, so 21.25. Let's do the maths. I don't know that number off the top of my head. Actually, let's figure it out. We want to figure out what 21.25% of, let's get back to the chat. Where are you? Chat. There we go, YouTube. What 21.25% is. So easiest way is always to figure out what 10% is first. 10% is just moving the decimal point. So 10% would be, of 60, would be 0.6. So if 0.6 is 10 and we need 21, we times that. So that's 1.2. And then we've got to figure out what 1.25 is, and I can't bother to figure that out. So I'm just going to do the easy one, the calculator. 60 divided by 100, right? 60, do it again, because I divided by 100 times by 21.25 brings us 12.75. Now I think about it, it wasn't that hard to get to that number, but because I think about working it out more than actually working out the actually, I'll think about how to go about working out a maths problem more than I will actually working out the maths problem, and that's where I get screwed up. So essentially I want 12.75 mils. Now if I was going to do this by eye again, I know that's a 30 ml bottle, halfway is 15 mils, so I would put just under half in. But with this one I'm going to measure it. Actually, you know what, I'm going to do this one by weight. I'm going to do this one by weight, and I'm going to do it on ELR. Actually, let me get my e-liquid recipes out. I'm going to show you how to use the e-liquid recipes calculator in this tutorial. See what I go on, and then I think I've done a syringe, I've done a by eye, and then I've done a digis. I'm done. I'm just going to do them real quick after that. Yeah. Sounds like a Slayer ice cream. It does, actually. That's probably what was so reminiscent for me about it. So, oh, wrong button. Sorry, guys, ignore me. I'm trying to figure out. There we go. All right, if I could just do that. Thank you. I need to add something. I want to add a web page. Edit web page. Application, image, display capture. Window capture, yeah, that's a safer one, isn't it? Right, select a window to capture. E-liquid calculator. And I can make this small. Nope, wrong button. Is it shift? No, it's alt. I've got to press alt. There we go. Bang. Bang. You don't need all this junk up here either. You can go away. And then if I make this bigger, you should, in theory, be able to watch along with that. Or should I make it even bigger? If I make it a little bit smaller, I should be able to make it even bigger for everybody that... Oh, Control Z that. I am going to get this right. Bear with me. Make him big. There we go. There we go. You guys can see that. You guys can see that, right? So, if anybody hasn't used a... Let's come this way so that you can see me. Hello. No, I've got. So if anybody hasn't used the DIY e-liquid calculator before, this is one. This is the one that I use when I'm developing my flavors, and then once I've completed a flavor, I move it over to what I feel is a better calculator. But this is the most popular one, and this is the one that most people will refer to. So I'm going to show you how I use this one at least. Anyway. So you got these fields. As you can see, amount to make. Well, we know that we're making 60 mils because it's got my 60 ml bottle. So 60 mils. Strength that we're going for. We're going for 1.5 because that's around what I have. I'm going for around a 40 PG, 60, 30. Right, nicotine strength. This sometimes throws people off. This is the strength of the nicotine that you're using. It's not the strength that you want. The strength that you want, desired, because this is the strength that you desire, goes up here. I'm going to be using standard Nick shots, so that's going to be 18, and I can use 100% VG. If I had a 100% VG, I'd put 100% in there. I'm going to use 100% PG because they're easier to squirt out the bottle, but if you had 50-50, you'd put 50 in there. And the good thing about this website is if you just put 50 in there, it automatically knows, well, the other half of it has to be 50 because that's how these things work. Bang. And then I would put in the flavor that I want to mix. So let me make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. Yeah. You guys, so there's the flavor that I'm going to mix. You click add flavor, you can add more flavors, as you can see there. But I only need one. And this is orange. I'm just going to put orange. Spelled correctly. Yeah, glad. So I'm not actually, you know what? For now, that's just all I'm going to do. And it's 21.25, yeah? As you just saw, as I started putting in like flavor names here, if I just put juicy. Juicy lemon. No, that's juicy. What blueberry juicy, right? Flavor art. There you go. And it will have data, how many recipes use this flavor, what the average amount used is, and blah, 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 blah. But that's not what we're using this for this time. I'm just going to call this orange for now. 21.25. And then what happens is if we scroll down a bit, this is where the magic happens, as they say. Oh, you can't even see that. Let me scroll back up. About there. Can you still see the magic? Can you still see the magic? Yes. So it now gives you, as you can see, the amounts of everything that you need to put in the bottle. I need 5 ml of the Nick shot. I need 6.25 mils of the PG. I need 36 mils of the VG. And then this amount of the flavoring, 12.75 mils of the flavoring. And then once you add all of these amounts together, it amounts to 60 mils, which is the complete bottle. Voila. This is a nice little cheat. People use this that have been mixing for a long time. People use it that have only just started mixing. It's just a very, very good tool to use. And if I can actually move this back down over here, I'll be able to keep that up. If I can figure out where to move this there, then I can actually mix it up. I'll move that pen out of the way. So I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do it by weight because one thing, actually, I don't know if you can see. One thing that this site does is grams. So it'll also give you the information if you want to mix up in grams. When you select a specific flavor, that the predefined flavors, it will get the grams bang on right because it's got the gravities for that particular concentrate. It knows exactly how much one drop weighs. But generally speaking, PG based concentrates, it's safe to assume that 1 mil is 1 gram. Most of them are. It's safe to assume that with most of them in it. So when you're going with a digital scale and weighing everything out, it's much easier, I feel, to do it by weight. There's no syringes to clean out afterwards. You don't need different syringes for different flavors to avoid cross-contaminating the flavors and that lot. So where possible, I tend to always go by weight. So put the bottle on there, turn the scales on. I'm looking for 12.75 grams of the concentrate. And I'll just start squirting in until I get to about 12.75. Is it 12.75 or 2.5? It should be 2.5. What have I done? Oh, yeah, they're right. I was going to make it 60 mil. Sorry. Let's keep putting that in there so it doesn't time out. There we go. So I'm at 10.96, 11.39, 11.62, 11.89, 12.43, 12.57, 12.68, and I've just gone over now because I'm on 12.92, but hey, not to worry, it's okay. That's number 2 flavor. So now I know that I need the other half of my shot as well. I think it's the other half. That seemed like more than half, so I must not have put enough in the last one. And then I need how much PG? I need 6.25 grams of PG. So I'm going to get my spout. I'm going to tear the thing off. I'm just going to put 6 in because I feel like I put too much nicotine in. Okay, that's way too much PG as well. So that's 6.7. It's not way too much, but it's a little bit too much. So that is actually too much PG in that to make it a 60-40. It's over. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to vape great in the setups that I'm going to use it in as well. Bang. Right. Cap. And we're done. I can get rid of this guy. I can tip him back up here. And hopefully this isn't going to fall over. There we go. It's a bit wonky. Oh, that's going to bug me, actually. I'm going to have to fix that. That looks like I purposely made it wonky, so that's fine. Oh, falling over. Shake it up, put a label on it, and jobs are good in. And I reckon I overestimated myself. I thought I'd be able to get them all done. But I'm not going to. I'm getting hungry. I need to go home and get some food. Diabetes is calling. So I'm going to do one more flavor really quickly. So if anybody has any questions that is watching right now, now is the time to get the questions in. I don't know if I've actually been answering the questions. No, I haven't. Cool. So the next one I'm going to do is this one, which is Scotched RY4. But let me shake this up a little bit more, put a label on it. And the other ones I'll probably get done tomorrow in the shop. Once it's quiet in the shop tomorrow. Bang. Right. Okay. So, what was it called? Orange Glad. Orange Glad. 1.5 ish. 60 VG ish. Done. Bang, 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 bang. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Put all the stuff in the rubbish. Have a little bit more of these. Got another 16ml bottle. Last one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's have a vape, actually. You can get out of the way as well. Right. Scotch RY4. 12.3%. This is going to be another one that I'm going to do by eye. Because I'm doing it by eye, I need to... Have I got any nick shots up here that I could choose? No. Right, that's the last of that shot. Need a little bit more of another one. That's about 5 minutes. That'll do me. That'll do me. Believe it or not, nicotine is, you know what? No, let's measure it out. I've got to be fair to his flavors. Got to be fair to his flavors. 12.3. Wow, that's specific. 7.38 mils. So you only need 7.38 mils of this particular flavor concentrate to make 60 mils of e-liquid of that flavor. 7.38. Oh, down there so you guys can see, sorry. There we go. He goes in there. He goes in there. Voila. I've already put my nick in, so he can be here. Where does he want to go? Okay, I'll put some of these somewhere else in a minute. 60-40 again, by eye. So PG. Back there. And then, it might be a little bit more, to be fair. Might need a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. And then voila, scotched up, done. Once you know what you're doing with e-liquid, honestly, it doesn't even need to take as quick as that was. I mean, it doesn't even take as long, rather. It can take even quicker than that. Even quicker than that. If I wasn't narrating what I was doing, if I wasn't trying to explain what I was doing as I was going, I'd just be bam, 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 getting it done. I wouldn't be, actually. I'd be distracted by all sorts, because that's just what I do in it. But that's as simple as it really needs to be when using one-shots. If you are wanting to get into DIY and making your own liquids, and you speak to somebody that knows what they're talking about, and they recommend following a recipe, they're not wrong. You can. But that's one step further than doing this. This is still better value for money than buying pre-made stuff. This still allows you to tweak the flavor a bit. You can have more flavor, you could have less, you could add more sweeteners, you could put more of other flavors in there and whatnot, but at least you know when you're buying a one-shot flavor, it's going to be a decent flavor already, especially if it's a one-shot flavor of a liquid that you already like. For instance, pixie juice, pink apple, and blackberries. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to worry about, do I need to put more cooling in it? Is it going to be too cold? Am I going to like it? Because I've already tried it many times. So, and I need to clear up this mess up here. Well, Tom's going to have my pants down tomorrow. So, yeah. I haven't tried these flavors before, but they come highly recommended by many people. So I'm not worried about, like, do I need more flavor, less flavor? If what he's advised in the amounts to use is what he would use himself when making these liquids for other people, it's got to be good, because lots of people really rave about them. So I might do a quick video one day about recipes, but recipes is so much. There can be so much to it. There's so many variables. Scotched up, 60 VG, 1.5 ish. And he goes on there. So yeah, with one shots it's kind of easier. Bang. So what I'm now going to do with these is take all 4 of them, put them in this dark little corner over here, protected from the lights in the shop, protected from the sunlight, because this shop sees no sunlight at all anyway. And then come back to them in a couple of weeks' time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm going back to the Pixie Juice tomorrow. I'll probably be on one of those Bearded Brews ones in a few days. I've got this much gingerbread custard from Exceptional Vapes to work through again that I mixed up from a concentrate, because we don't stock this flavor as pre-made anymore. But I got hold of some of the concentrate so I can mix it up and have it whenever I wanted to, i.e. now. And in case you didn't know, there is a whole plethora of flavor concentrates, one shots and single flavors for you to pick from at the e-cig shop, which is where I am right now. www.theecigshop.uk is where you can go. Just browse around the site. If you need anything from there, pop me a message here on YouTube. Get in contact with us on Facebook. Search for the e-cig shop 21+. That's our group. You can find me posting in there 17 times a day. Doesn't get annoying, promise. But other than that, happy mixing, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I'm going to go home now, get some food in me, because I'm bloody Marvin. And if you haven't eaten, I suggest you do the same and get to bed early. Look